Hey, Vaughn here. So today I'm going to review the latest episode of Mushoku Tensei, which is episode 18. I think I don't have to explain a lot in the intro, so let's jump into the episode. This episode was pretty straightforward, but it's still a gut-wrenching episode, to be honest. And I gotta commend the director for choosing this time to show Roxy's family circumstances and let it act almost as a parallel to what happened to Rudy last week. So I got several notes I wrote down while I watched the episode. So I'm gonna talk about every single thing that I want to talk about, and this video will be more of a unstructured video. So I'm just going to talk about what I feel like talking about, because this episode was fairly simple. It doesn't need any analysis or explanation or deep dives. So let's just jump into it, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, I'm jumping straight into the Roxy stuff. First of all, the bar scene. I gotta commend the director and staff again for choosing to show and not tell, because Roxy's body language during this whole scene explains exactly what's going through her tiny head. Her innocent reaction when she was praised for her maturity, to the sudden change after that, the finger tapping on the cup, crossing her legs. All of these gestures tell you everything you need to know. It was quite funny and cute to see, to be honest. Obviously, we see that the horse guy, that fucking horse guy from season 1, and he turns out to be a part of Roxy's old party. I'm not sure if this was revealed before or not, but let me know if it was. Anyways, Jean then tells Roxy to go see her family and check on them, and from here on, we get to see how Roxy feels about her family. Basically, Jean's entire existence in this episode was to move the story forward, because he was saying to her that parents are always thinking of their children and the like. Basically, he was like Geese in the last episode, to move the story forward, to act as almost like a plot device. Not like a plot device, it's almost like he is a part of the audience and telling the character, you have to come in terms with these problems so you can move forward and the like. So here, as I said in the intro, I really appreciate the director for saving this storyline till this point, because we are already in the family discourse topic for the past 2 weeks, so there is no better time than now to explore this storyline. So after Roxy basically gets told to go and see her family, Roxy goes to the village, and turns out that she ran away from there when she was little because of two main things. I think of two main things, and I have a third reason I'll come back to later in the video. Anyways, the first one, or the first reason, is her feeling inferior to everyone in her village because she can't use telepathy. And the second one is because of this reason, she thought that she was causing her family to be constantly sad and heartbroken. So every scene before her confrontation with her family showed us how scared and terrified she is of her disability. I don't like to call it disability. Of her not being able to speak telepathically. Anyways, after that, she confronts her family, and they are happy to see her, obviously, even mindful of her circumstances, choosing not to hug her or touch her, even though they want to do so. When Roxy saw this, I think, and this is just my assumption, she thought that they were talking telepathically behind her back, basically, and saying how disappointed they are, or some other things. And I think this is the third reason she left her village. Not knowing what people are saying inside their heads, she was scared to death, traumatized. Here, I would like to add that in this scene, only the sound effects of the telepathy played, which means that the parents actually did not use telepathy to communicate between each other, just like Roxy thought. And that is a nice touch by the director. Again, the directing proving in this episode that it is a top-notch adaptation. Not choosing to tell, but choosing to show. And through this, I think it's implied that they did not use telepathy, and it's even implied that the mother is also not able to use telepathy, and that is how Roxy is not able to use that ability. So that's the whole thing. It's just a thing that I noticed while I'm editing. I thought I would add it. So yeah. Throughout this episode, Roxy appeared to be petty and sad all the time, but I think she has some right to act this way, you know? Just imagine with me, if some people around you can talk telepathically and you don't know what they are saying, that would drive you insane. I know I would go insane from that. That's just insane to me. And I think she has some right to act this way. I think she has some right to be petty, to be sad, to be traumatized by this, because she was a little kid and she is still considered a little kid in terms of her tribe's age, you know. Anyways, before I go into anything, if I say you know a lot, I'm sorry, because I don't have a script and I'm going just by emotions, so I have to say some things, you know. Oh my god, I said it again. Anyways, Roxy tries to escape from this suffocating family reunion, and I would like to bring up Rudy's family reunion and talk about them side by side, just to illustrate a point, okay? Just to illustrate a point. Just stick with me. Here, when Roxy tries to run away, her mom comes and basically shows her how much she cares and loves her, and then just cries on the spot, just like that, just like any mom would if her child tries to leave the house or tries to leave the family on a bad note, you know. This triggers Roxy to remember all the good and bad things that happened in her childhood. But even so, even back then, her family still loved her, and she just got it all wrong. That made her cry, just like her mother. And just like that, everything happened spontaneously, just like that. It just, without any thinking, without anything, it just happened on the spot, just pure emotions. Now let's go back to how Rudy handled his problem. You can say it's almost the same problem. Rudy thought and deliberated before confronting Paul once again, because in the first time they were both acting stupid and petty. Anyways, my point is, this just shows how much different these two characters are, and I love how the author presented them with almost the same problem, but their solutions are completely different. And also, I know that Paul is different from Roxy's parents, but I would like to think that my point stands. Anyways, Roxy learns that Rudy is actually a part of Dead End, and decides to go to the north of the Demon Continent, which I think Rudy said he's heading that way after they settle things in the Middle Continent. Now, back to the gang. We see them in the first, not even the first half of this episode, the first 5 minutes of this episode, that they are on a boat, they are on their way to the Middle Continent, so that's cool. And yeah, one more thing, Annalise is still crazy, yo. She is still fucking like, holy shit, man, that was crazy. And she's saying that when people see her, that's actually exciting. What is this hentai character? She came out of a doujin, man. Holy shit. Anyways, that's all from me. I've been Vaughn, and if you like the video, give me a like. If you dislike the video, give me a dislike. That's totally cool. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. We recently hit 13 subscribers. That's insane to me for someone who just started. And yeah, that's it for me. Yeah, bye.